What's going on, guys? Your boy Phrankleen. I've just stepped out of the gym and I thought I'd film this video very quickly. Actually, I need to take this off, so bear with me very quickly. Right. As someone who's lived in the diaspora, lived in the UK for many years and stuff, and some of you people watching me, I'm sure you perhaps live in other parts of the world outside Nigeria and other African countries. One of the major problems that I've observed with the black community is lack of unity. And as you'd appreciate, living abroad, living overseas, as I always say personally, being black on this side of the world is challenging enough. Straight out of the box, okay? There's a lot of stereotypically generated perception of you. There's a lot of preconceived notions. There's a lot of glass ceiling. There's a lot of, people have misconceptions and they treat you differently compared with your white counterparts and all that. And as I said in a previous video, as black folks, we deal with daily microaggression. You get on the bus, you get on the train, certain white folks don't want to sit next to you. They don't want to mess with you. Not because you've done anything wrong, not because you're aggressive, not because you pose a threat to them. Unfortunately, it's the way this side of the world is wired. Fact. But let's bring it home now into the black community. The black community, for me, is almost non-existent, right? If things happen, we might protest here and there and stuff, but there is no unity. Now, okay, check this out. Here in the UK, right, it's a common knowledge. You have the Asian community, right? You have the Chinese community. In the Asian community, you have the Pakistani, you have the Bangladeshi, you have the Indians and stuff. These people have been here for as long as black folks have been here as well. And what I find really fascinating about these people's community, you also have the Jewish community, is how they build. They work, they move as a unit. They stick together, right? You go into a particular area. For example, I live in Leeds. You go to Bradford. Here in Leeds, even here, as I'm talking to you now, I'm on Hare Hills Road in Leeds right now. And all you have to do is just jump out of the car as I speak. Look to your left, look to your right, walk to the top and bottom of the road. There are tons of businesses owned by the Asians, right? You can hardly count 5 black businesses on this road. Not because we're being prevented from starting businesses, but all these people, they buy the properties, they have tons and tons of portfolio. They grow together as a unit, and believe you me, they help themselves. If they are, persecuted by the state, they're trying to take their children, they're trying to break up their families, they come together. I'm sure you'd agree with me. Even the state, they know not to mess with when you say the Muslim community, it could be the Muslim, community within the Pakistani community or whatever, any of those communities, right? The Asian communities. You touch one of them, you touch all of them. And as a black man, I admire that. I'm always fascinated. I don't, anything else that poses a threat to other people's safety and stuff like that, I don't agree with. But then when you look at the black community, we don't support ourselves. Now, as individuals, here and there are black people who I have a ton of respect for, who have done well for themselves. They've come here from nothing. They've educated themselves. They're doctors, they're lawyers. Some black people have tried to build businesses and stuff, maybe groceries and grocery store or immigration services or whatever. But the problem is we don't work together as a unit. Again, this is one of the things that a lot of diasporans wouldn't share with you. Let me tell you, man, you come abroad, and it frustrates me if you're looking in the Nigerian community. The only thing that we are flogging and selling every day are churches, religion, churches. What is that doing to our lives? We took all these religions from these folks. We sell the same religion, the lies, in Africa. We flog it and flog it and flog it. People part away with their money. They buy into the lies. You manage to come abroad. If you go to most of the industrial areas in this country, right, industrial parts, like industrial areas are where you would find the production facilities and stuff like that, which is away from residential areas. We go in there, we rent the spaces, not to settle businesses, not to create employment amongst ourselves, to build churches. I can show you, I can actually film a few places around here in Leeds where the moment you see those ridiculous names, you just know it's a Nigerian church or it's a Ghanaian church, or pretty much an African church. There's this crabs in the bucket type of mentality. You tell a black person, your black brother, your black sister that, hey man, listen, I'm into interior decoration and I'm painting properties. I can help you set up your house this way, that way. Instantaneously, they start to talk to you about getting your services for free. If you tell your black brother that, oh, I'm into cargo business, I ship cars from here, they instantaneously feel they don't have to pay you a dime. Why? Because, in fact, businesses grow when friends and family actually pay for your services. So why do you think it's okay, it's acceptable for you to take on your brother's services or products for free? How do you expect that person to eat? How do you expect them to pay their bills? If you tell your black brother, oh, yeah, hey, listen, man, I'm making music now, man. You know, this and this and this. Oh, I've written this book. We don't support ourselves. Here's another thing. We have terrible, absolutely disgusting customer services within our community. Look, I don't care what people say. I'm telling you purely based on observations over the years. And this is why I said, in small numbers, you find some black people who are great people. They're lovely people, right? But as a people, as a unit. For example, one of the major challenges that we face in this country on this side of the world, issues with black children being unfairly targeted by social services. All it takes is a support teacher in your son's school just doesn't like you or just jealous of what you look like, and they will show you their power. They can, oh, we think you're not looking after your children. They can come after you unfairly and try to break your family unit. Now, here's the thing. How many people can you turn to within the black community? Because you know what? If one of us is being persecuted, if one of us is about to be made homeless, if one of us is being unfairly targeted in their respective workplaces, right? If we stick together, one of us is being persecuted, they're persecuting all of us. If we stick together, the state, the British government, the corrupt officers in the system will be afraid to mess with us, because it's very difficult for you to mess with a group of people. It's easy to pick on one here, one there, and destroy them and destroy the family. Do you get what I'm saying? But we don't stick together. If you go, I'm telling you right now, if you go into the Asian community, you slap one of them in the face or you say something to them about their religion, my man, you know the way termites come out of their holes. Oh my God. If they want to block this road right now, I'm protesting, everything will stand still. Believe me. But the black community, we are the most persecuted, right? When it comes to finance, we're at the bottom end of the spectrum. The Jewish community, the Asian community, the Chinese community, when you go into a Chinese business, right? The owner of the business, he might have a Jaguar, bad boy Jaguar parked outside. That's the guy sweeping and cleaning. Right? You go into a black business, the attitude stinks. Oh, excuse me, do you have jollof rice? And Leko, go and ask what they want to. Black people, when we're starting off a business, we're very nice. My brother, please, and this and this and this. As soon as we make a bit of money, the shoulder goes up. We don't support ourselves. Do you know how many black people are in detention camp as we speak? Some people are dying for legal help, right? They haven't got money. They haven't got papers. They're in detention camps as we speak. The black churches that you go to, brother so and so has been arrested by immigration. Everybody just stop picking their calls. What can we do to help him? Let's somebody who's got British citizenship go in there, sign for him, get him released temporarily, and let's see how we can donate money to help that guy so he doesn't get deported. Everybody will cut their phones. This country, this. This is why. You think there are no illegal immigrants in the Asian community, in the Pakistani community, in the Chinese community? Enough illegal immigrants. You know, people come here some way, somehow, and then they try to get their papers and adjust and all that stuff. Whether legal or illegal, right? That's a different conversation. But these communities, they build wealth. The wealth, they pass it on to the next generation. Look at the black community, for example. The Windrush generation, they came here in the late 40s. In the 50s, a lot of black folks came here. In the 60s, 70s, 80s. There is nothing to show for it. How many black businesses can you count across the UK? How many employments do we create? I get it. The system is racist. It's a white man's country. But I'm talking about building our community. You come here as an international student to school in the UK. What communities do you know? You go in the black community, it's only churches. Nobody cares. We are very selfish people. And I don't know why. This stock, in fact, let me tell you, the black community is notorious for calling immigration on ourselves. Just because I don't like you, just because we ain't cool, I'm gonna get on the phone and just tell on you, hey, such and such hasn't got papers. He lives at number 64, Mickey Mouse Road, this and this and this. He works with somebody papers and this and this and this. Think about this. You are empowering the white man to destroy your own kind. I'm not soliciting for anybody to break immigration rules, but why do I have to be a snitch for my own kind? He's not endangering my life. This is not like, oh, that guy over there is a rapist or a pedophile or a murderer. That's a different conversation. But why do we have to do that to ourselves? We act oppressively. We don't work as a unit. We don't support ourselves. You want somebody's business for free. You want somebody's money for free. You take money from yourself. Black people, we are constantly tearing ourselves down. We're constantly persecuting ourselves. Do you know what? If you go viral today as a black person, oh, this black guy designed, let's say, a motorbike like we've never seen before. Your own people are the first to start saying, that guy's a fraudster, man. No, go and sit down. We hate to see ourselves progress. What I've discovered is a black man is afraid of your potential success, not even your current success. The fact that you sit down with your brother and you're talking about a beautiful idea. I want to set up this business. Oh, I'm looking to start shipping cars to Africa. Oh, I want to set up a place where I'm starting to sell grocery food. Oh, I want to start fixing cars. I want to start doing this and that. They feel threatened. They will do everything to block you. If you start a business, they are reluctant to patronize you. They're reluctant to support you. Let me tell you this, and I'm going to finish on this. I want us to have this conversation. Put your comments below. We all come different flights, different dates, different times abroad, yeah? If we don't stick together as a people and support ourselves and build wealth together and build businesses and build a solid community, do you really think the white man will be the one to build it for us? You think? What do you think? We abandon the things that we're meant to be doing to strengthen ourselves. If a black person gets unlawfully arrested, and if somebody manages to put that on Facebook, that's it. That's the most. Very few number of people will come out to protest, to fight against that injustice. What are you afraid of? You do that to the Pakistani community, to the Asian community, my G. They're coming after you like tsunami. They fight for their own kind. If I jump into their community here and I think I'm a bad guy and I smash the window or I'm trying to, and I better come correct, because in less than 5 minutes I'm going to be outnumbered. They will bombard me. They don't play. They don't play. They stick together. Within the Asian community, they have their own lawyers, their own doctors, they have their own accountants, they have everything. All it needs to do is just cross the road into a local mosque. They talk to themselves. They look after themselves. If I own a business here, I'm an Asian man, right? And I bring my younger brothers or niece or cousin or whatever from my country and stuff. They work under me for a few years. I'm duty bound to help him, set up his own business somewhere else and also move up. And that person will also bring someone else. And this is how they expand. Anyway, the Stockholm Syndrome. This is affecting a lot of black folks in diaspora. Because I look at it, a lot of us, you ask us individually, oh, I lived in the UK for 20 years. Oh, I've lived in America for 10 years. Oh, I've been there for 18 years. Oh, I've lived there for 27 years. What do we do together as a people? The black community to me is an illusion. We talk about black community, it rolls off the tongue, but it's almost non-existent. It's an illusion. Anyway, what do you think? Let's keep that conversation going on below. It's your boy Phrankleen, and yeah. Forgive me, this is not my usual setup, as you know, if you've watched my videos. If this is your first time, if you like what I'm about, give us a thumb up, give us a like, hit the subscribe button. Okay, my name is Phrankleen, I'm the brain behind this channel. Thank you for watching. Look out my other videos and stuff, but particularly, let's keep that conversation going on below. How can we as black folks get rid of Stockholm Syndrome? What can we do to improve ourselves as a group of people? Because I really don't want to say we're wasting away on this side of the world, but if we keep on living A lot of us are having children, families, without a community that we can rely on. What's the future saying for us? It's your boy Phrankleen. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace and love. Bye now.